Hello and welcome to another live chat edition of Royal Reviewer. Hello and welcome. The Queen. There is only one topic of tonight's chat, so please refrain from all of the comments about anything else. There is only one topic, and that is the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II. She has addressed the nation and the Commonwealth, and in a greater respect, the world as well, because this televisual broadcast has also been streamed on all of the royal family's social media accounts. All the major TV channels in the UK stopped their programming to broadcast this historic broadcast, I should say, at 8 p.m. GMT tonight. And hopefully you have all had a chance to listen to the Queen's message. I do have a transcript of it in front of me that I can refer to. But as always, this is a live chat, so I'm going to go and find the live chat room and see who is around. It was pre-recorded. It wasn't a live broadcast. It was a pre-recorded broadcast, probably filmed a couple of days ago at Windsor Castle in the White Drawing Room. And it was the same room that Queen Elizabeth addressed the nation for the very first time in her life as a child with her sister Margaret, and that was at the outbreak of the Second World War. So it was a very momentous, I suppose, really well thought out room and location to actually make that broadcast from. I can see people dropping into the live chat room already, so hello and welcome to you all. Thank you also to all of the channel members who are showing up in the live chat. Their names will appear as green. I am wearing the Queen's favourite tiara today, the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland, because I thought that was rather fetching. I will try and read as many comments as I can afterwards, but I just wanted to kind of dissect, I think, the Queen's message and make sense of it, I think. So, the Queen has addressed the nation only the 5th time in her 68-year reign. So, this is what she said. She said, "I am speaking to you at what I know is an increasingly challenging time, a time of disruption in the life of our country, a disruption that has brought grief to some, financial difficulties to many, and enormous changes to the daily lives of us all." And that first opening sentence is absolutely true. It really has, and I think she's captured exactly what people are going through in that first paragraph. She continues, "I want to thank everyone on the NHS frontline, as well as care workers and those carrying out essential roles who selflessly continue their day-to-day duties outside the home in support of us all. I am sure the nation will join me in assuring you that what you do is appreciated, and every hour of your hard work brings us closer to a return to more normal times." Again, she is echoing the feeling of the British nation and that of around the Commonwealth and around the world in speaking and thanking all of our care workers, our healthcare workers. In the UK, obviously, it's the National Health Service, but if you are all the way around the world, I am sure that you are very, very grateful for all of the dedication and service which our forces, our care workers, medical staff are all doing for us. Also, she refers to all of that hard work helping us to return to more normal times, obviously echoing that things will return to more normal times eventually. She says, "I also want to thank those of you who are staying at home, thereby helping to protect the vulnerable and sparing many families the pain already felt by those who have lost loved ones. Together we are tackling this disease, and I want to reassure you that if we remain united and resolute, then we will overcome it." Again, very empowering words, and also echoing the government's advice to stay at home and how that what you can do can help to affect and protect, help the care workers, but also to protect other vulnerable people. She says, "I hope in the years to come, everyone will be able to take pride in how they responded to this challenge, Basically, she is saying when we look back, when historians look back, we want to make sure that we are proud of how we handled this situation. And those who come after us will say the Britons of this generation were as strong as any. She is directly referring, I think, to the wartime generation. That the attributes of self-discipline, of quiet good-humoured resolve, and of fellow feeling still characterise this country. Again, she is referring to that wartime spirit. Keep calm, carry on, get on with it. Eventually things will return to normal. Self-discipline, good humour are all things which the British are all, we have it in us, and already we are finding through the use of social media ways to lift our spirits through humour. You can find it all over the internet. The moments when the United Kingdom has come together to applaud its care and essential workers will be remembered as an expression of our national spirit, and its symbol will be the rainbows drawn by children. At that, I felt myself getting a little bit emotional, a little bit tearing up. She is referring to the clap and support for the NHS service, our healthcare workers, which everyone hopefully has been doing at 8 p.m. on it's a Thursday. Every Thursday, 8 p.m. We go outside, we clap, we cheer, we bang pots and pans. Little clips of that were peppered all the way through the Queen's speech. And yes, that is an outward expression of all of our resolve and our support for our National Health Service. Across the Commonwealth and around the world, we have seen heartwarming stories of people coming together to help others, be it through delivering food parcels and medicines, checking on neighbours, or converting businesses to help the relief effort. Again, directly referencing what people are doing, direct and on the ground, to help support. And through self-isolating, and though self-isolating may at times be hard, many people of all faiths and of none are discovering that it presents an opportunity to slow down, pause and reflect in prayer or meditation. Yes, self-isolating is hard. Staying at home is hard. People are finding it a struggle, but we have to do it. We have to get on. She references, of course, people of faith, people of no faith. Basically, she is saying we are all in this together. And why don't we use this time that we are staying at home as an opportunity to slow down, to reflect? Sometimes I felt myself saying that I wish the world would just stop so that I can have time to catch up with the rest of the world. The world has stopped, metaphorically speaking, and now that we have this time, we should be using it to reconnect with who we are as people, and find new ways of communicating with each other and our family through the use of social media and other such things. Try new hobbies, try new things. I've tried painting, I've been doing jigsaws. I haven't done a jigsaw in years. I'm doing one right now. I've done painting, I've bought a yoga mat. I've been spending a lot more time, I know I spend a lot of time in the garden anyway, but I've been spending more time in the garden just relaxing and pausing and reflecting. It is really, really important. She continues, it reminds me of the very first broadcast I made in 1940, helped by my sister. We as children spoke from here at Windsor to children who had been evacuated from their homes and sent away for their own safety, directly referencing previous times which have had, similar, which have required similar resolve. Today, once again, many will feel a painful sense of separation from their loved ones. But now, as then, we know deep down that it is the right thing to do. So she's saying, although it's hard, it's the right thing to do. While we have faced challenges before, this one is different. This time we join with all nations across the globe in a common endeavour, using the great advances of science and our instinctive compassion to heal. We will succeed, and that success will belong to every one of us. Again, the Queen is delivering a message of hope, of aspiration, and she's reassuring all of us that we will get through this as long as we work together as not just a country, not just a nation, not just a Commonwealth, but also as the wider world. We should take comfort that while we may have still more to endure, better days will return. We will be with our friends again. We will be with our families again. We will meet again. But for now, I send my thanks and warmest good wishes to you all. Again, she is saying that things will return to normal, and we can take comfort that even though there is still much, much more to do, we will get through it. This overall was an uplifting message. It was one that we can take great strength and stay from. Will this be the last message that the Queen broadcasts on this subject? I don't know. The British government has always said that the Queen would address the nation when the time was right. They have obviously decided the time was right. Do I think that we will be going through even more of a struggle in the months and months and months to come? Yes, I do. And it isn't going to be over all of a sudden. Could there possibly be another address to the nation from the Queen at some point? Maybe. I would not rule it out at this point. But for now, I think the timing was right. We are still, I think, at pretty much the start of all of this. Some countries have probably gone through their kind of peak of it. I think in the UK, we are still pretty much at the beginning of it. And I think the message has come at just the right time to give people that strength and that resolve to go forward, to follow government advice, to learn and to grow and to experience new things. And I think a message from the Queen, who many will consider to be like a grandmother to themselves. Many people can't remember a time when the Queen wasn't the Queen on the throne. She is seen like a grandmotherly figure throughout the world, not just the Commonwealth, not just the UK. And I think she is uniquely placed to deliver really, really wise words. And I think all of us should take heed of the Queen's words. I think it was a really lovely message. I mean, going to a more trivial aspect, the Queen looked in really, really good health. I loved her outfit. I loved the filming. It was actually only filmed with one cameraman, and the cameraman was wearing full protective clothes. So the Queen didn't have to worry about her own safety while this was being recorded. I also loved all the different montages that were placed into it as well. I think it really peppered the speech and the broadcast, the address to the nation, and really helped to show some visuals of what was actually going on within the UK in support of what's going on in the wider world. Let me just kind of go back up and see if I can take a few comments. Hello, and to everyone who's just dropping in. Teresa says she looked beautiful and not nearly the age she is. No, she did not look... She is 93 years old, coming up to 94, and she looks absolutely amazing. Lots of people are saying that they saw the address. Hello to everyone who's catching me live, who doesn't normally get a chance to. Tammy says, obviously the Queen focused on British people, but this was an important speech for the entire world. It was. And nowadays, these types of messages are not just for one country. They can be viewed by anybody around the world, and it will be. Dawn says, watched her on the BBC World here in Dundalk, Maryland, USA. Canetta says, great speech, Your Majesty. Lots of people giving little clapping emojis. So thank you to all of that. I'm sure the Queen will be really appreciative of that. Hello to everyone. I can see lots and lots and lots of hellos. Tammy says her brooch was Queen Mary's turquoise and diamond brooch. Wasn't it fantastic? It matched the dress totally wonderfully. I imagine that Angela Kelly would have picked out the outfit, and I think that kind of green, that kind of greeny turquoise was chosen as a colour of spring, kind of foliage, and it's all about kind of growth and rebirth. And I think, and also it's a colour of hope as well. And I think that's why that colour was chosen. Beverly was able to watch it here in Tampa, Florida. I'm really, really glad that you have been able to watch it wherever you are. Tammy also says the history is on the Queen's Jewel Vault website. It was a wedding gift given to Princess Mary, the Queen's grandmother. The Queen inherited it from her, but has rarely worn it. Stephanie D. Kelly says, I see her more as an experienced global leader with a uniting voice. The English-speaking world is in great need of reassurance because of many current leadership have poor communication skills. I am sure many, many people around the globe will appreciate the Queen's words. Lacey, thank you for your comment. Yeah, green is also a calming colour as well. Right, okay. I wanted to keep this broadcast of my own to be quite succinct and to the point. So I am going to go now. I am going to enjoy my evening, and I hope and I implore that everybody does the same. Go about your life following your own government guidelines that are in place at the moment, but stay safe. Try new things, relax, meditate, communicate via the use of social media and other technologies that we have today. But most of all, like I say, stay safe. So if you have enjoyed this video, then please give it a big old thumbs up. Don't forget to share on social media, and also do hit the bell so that you know whenever I upload a new video. Also, please do remember to subscribe to the channel. It really does help. So from me, until next time in Shropshire, mwah to you all, and stay safe.